All right, so while the Niners are still sticking around with their fullback and bringing back Ben Barch, the Eagles are not messing around. Ricky, if you guys know Ricky, he's the best thing about football. Twitter is just about up there because the whole Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero grift, these people who like have close relationships with agents and they get to be newsbreakers, although they're just getting fed the same group chat text.
Yeah.
This Ricky dude is an anonymous guy who beats all of these guys to the punch on these scoops. So I love it. He's kind of like the V for Vendetta of this. He's just
nice.
He's just kind of revealing how useless those guys are. So his scoop is that the Eagles are making a big push for Maxx Crosby, and they're willing to trade Jalen Carter, who was their first round pick a few years ago. He looked like the next Warren Sapp. He kind of had a down year this last year. He's got a real weird past. You guys can look it up. Interesting move, aggressive move. You'd love the Niners to do something aggressive, but it seems like those days. Here's the thing. Everyone says the Niners can't trade for Maxx Crosby. You can't do this. And I get it. They need draft picks. They suck at drafting, and their best moves under Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have been trades.
Very true.
Them trading for Trent, them trading for Christian, even them trading for Jimmy was essentially a good move. You knew what they were. You brought them in, and you put them in a good situation, got the most out of them. Like, if you brought in Maxx Crosby, guess what? He'd be great. The worst thing that would happen is you're spending a lot of money on a great player. That's the worst thing that would happen. And the Eagles seem to understand that. I don't know what my question is, but as a Niner fan, how does this make you feel?
Pretty demoralized. The idea of Maxx Crosby on the Eagles is rough. It's a tough pill to swallow. They tend to get really good production out of their defensive line. I mean, look at Hargrave. The year that he went to the 49ers, the prior year with the Eagles, he played really well. There's no doubt in my mind Maxx Crosby would be, I mean, he already is a defensive player of the year candidate year in, year out. I mean, he would go right to the top of that list, and I don't love the idea of him being in the NFC. I don't love the idea of the Niners missing out on Crosby, but I also don't think they're going to necessarily
face them in the playoffs next year. They faced the Eagles in the playoffs this year, beat the Eagles, and the Niners are over here trying to decide whether they're in a Super Bowl window or not, what they should do, while the Eagles, who looked like a broken team last year, are not messing around. So the Eagles have gone they're trying to go all in. The Rams have gone all in. The Seahawks are the Seahawks. These are the teams the Niners are competing with. You thought you were better than the Eagles last year. You beat the Seahawks week 1. What is your corresponding move? It's Ben Barch.
Ooh, hey, they need to sign. They need to sign Eddie Pinheiro.
Like looking around the NFC, being like, these stupid teams bringing in great players. What is that about? We want to bring in cheap players. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's concerning.
Do they think they're in a Super Bowl or not? What is the point of having Trent Williams if you're planning for 2027? I just don't get it.
That's a good question. What I think they have an identity crisis right now. Like, are they a Super Bowl team or are they not? Yeah,
we're reloading, and our offense is the oldest offense in the league. You didn't play any young players on your offense last year. The one guy, Spencer Burford, is leaving.
Good point. I'll tell you another thing. 49er Twitter is up in arms about not playing these young running backs. Do you know how much Isaac Guerendo love there is on 49er Twitter right now? It's incredible.
But again, like, what is the point? Kyle, you traded up for Isaac Guerendo. You got people excited. People thought, oh, Kyle sees something. Then you play him as a rookie over Jordan Mason, who's a good player. And he had some good plays. He was definitely a big play threat. He was a good receiver. And then he comes back his second year and gets no carries. And fans are supposed to be like, yep, Kyle knows what he's doing. Smart. Great job.
While overtaxing Christian McCaffrey and, shortening his career.
The same player that he was in the past. To give the ball to Christian every other play, offense was not working in 2025.
Right.
And then at the very end, because Brian Thomas or someone finally got hurt, was it Christian? Christian finally got hurt. He finally broke down. He got a stinger in the playoff game. You bring in Jordan James, and he looks perfectly fine. Looks like he knows the offense. Looks like he runs hard. Looks like he's pretty good. And you didn't use him the whole year? Cool.
There must be something we're not seeing, man. Is it fumbles in practice? We're not seeing these guys have attitude problems ending up in Kyle's doghouse. I don't know.
Prejudiced against young people. Ageism.
Well, it's funny. Ageism. It's funny, Grant, because in the past, you and I could think of examples of times where the guy that Kyle drafted actually gets his bias over someone else that was already on the roster or somebody else picked. In this case, he picked the guy. Garendo is his guy and still not getting the love. So that's weird. That's weird.
It is weird. I don't really get it. And I think that Kyle should maybe get a little more pressure to actually draft and develop some young players. I mean, McVay can do it. He got Puka Nacua recently. Kyle, who's the last guy you developed? Juwan?
And you're going to let him go out the door?